Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to Tech Conversations. Firstly, if you haven't already, make sure to check out LuxAlgo. LuxAlgo has some of the best trading indicators and AI agent for backtesting used by over 15,000 traders, including myself. And I've covered many of their premium indicators in the past on this channel. And right now, if you sign up to LuxAlgo by using my link in the description below, you can get up to 20% off their premium indicators. Keep in mind you can get 30 days risk-free, so why not try them out? So go ahead and check out LuxAlgo. I'll put a link to them in the description below. Also, make sure to check out the Discord, completely free to join. We're almost at 8,000 members, so I'll put a link to it in the description below as well. Now let's get right into today's video. So today I want to talk about 4 more stock splits coming up. Now remember, stock splits could have some benefits. For example, like making the stock more accessible to more investors that, for example, don't have access to fractional shares since the price per share drops. Or for example, it can make trading options more affordable. For example, if you want to sell cash secured puts, since the price per share drops, this means you would need less collateral. So it could make it more possible, more affordable to trade options. However, remember, just because a stock is having a stock split does not mean it's a buy. So with that being said, let's get into today's list here. So the first stock on today's list is going to be ticker symbol BN, Brookfield Corporation. So let's take a look here at this stock. So this stock is currently at $66 a share. This stock has a 52-week high of $68.75. In the last year, this stock is up 39%. In the last 5 years, the stock is up 141%. This stock is also a dividend stock. So let's quickly take a look at the dividend information for this company. Now, where can we find that? We can find that in many different places, but one website I like to use is dividend.com. So let's head on over to dividend.com and let's take a look here. So here we are on dividend.com, and so we can come in here and search for a company. So let's go ahead and type BN. Brookfield Corporation, here it is. Let's go ahead and click on it here. So here you'll find a lot of different information. So we can find the dividend and the yield here. And if you scroll down, there's a lot more information down here as well, such as the next amount, the last amount, next pay date, last pay date, the type, the frequency, and a bunch of other information. So again, this is a dividend stock, and here you can see the dividend information. Now, what does this company do? Let's take a look at that here next. So Brookfield Corporation is a Canadian multinational company that is one of the world's largest alternative investment management companies. It focuses on direct control investments in real estate, renewable power, infrastructure, credit, and private equity. So again, if you want to learn more about this company, definitely go ahead and check out their website. But what are the stock split details for this stock? Let's take a look at that here next. So Brookfield Corporation reports strong second quarter results and announces 3-for-2 stock split. So again, the way you can read this is for every 2 shares you own, if you hold through the stock split, you'll now have 3 shares. And so if we scroll all the way down here, we can see here 3-for-2 stock split. So again, for every 2 shares you own, if you hold through the stock split, you'll have 3. So that also means, again, the share price is going to drop. So right now, 1 share is at around $66 a share. Let's say it's at that same price when the stock split happens. That means that the share price will go from $66 to around $44 a share. But again, instead of having 2 shares, you'll have 3 shares. So the board of directors approved a 3-for-2 stock split of the outstanding Brookfield Corporation Class A limited voting shares. It's undertaking the stock split to ensure its shares remain accessible to individual shareholders and to improve the liquidity of the shares. The stock split will be implemented by way of stock dividend, which will be payable on October 9th, 2025, to shareholders of record at the close of business on October 3rd. Fractional shares will be paid in cash based on the closing price of the Class A shares on the Toronto Stock Exchange on October 3rd. From market open on Friday, October 10, the post-split Class A shares will commence trading on the Toronto Stock Exchange and the New York Stock Exchange. So there is the first stock split on today's list. Now let's move on to the second one here. So the second one here today is going to be ticker symbol HDB. So HDFC Bank, currently at almost $74 a share. This stock has a 52-week high of $79.62. In the last year, the stock is up 23%. In the last 5 years, the stock is up 48%. This is also a dividend stock. So let's quickly take a look at the dividend information here. So here we are on HDFC Bank on dividend.com. So again, you can find the dividend information here. So here is the current dividend and the current yield. Now, what does this company do? Let's take a look at that here next. So HDFC Bank is an Indian banking and financial services company. It is India's largest private sector bank by assets and market capitalization. So right now it has a almost $190 billion market cap. So again, if you want to learn more about the company, go ahead and check out their website. But what are the stock split details for this stock? Let's take a look at that here next. So HDFC Bank to carry out 2-for-1 stock split on September 8th, 2025. So HDFC Bank is about to implement a 2-for-1 stock split of shares. The shares will begin trading on a split-adjusted basis on September 8th, 2025. So again, for every share you own, if you hold through the stock split, you'll have twice as many. So if you have 10 shares, you hold through the stock split, you'll have 20 shares after the stock split. That also means the share price will be cut in half. So again, right now one share is at around $74 a share. If it's at that same price when the stock split happens, after the stock split, one share would be at around $37 a share. Now, with that being said, let's move on to the next stock on the list here. So the next stock is going to be ticker symbol DGNX, so Diginex Limited, currently at around $58 a share. This stock has a 52-week high of $155. In the last year, the stock is up almost over 1,300%. So this stock was actually listed very recently. And as you can see, it is very volatile. It actually hit almost 140 here, it looks like. Now it's down to almost $60. So be very careful with this stock. So you can see it's a very volatile stock. But what does this company do? Let's take a look at that here next. So Diginex is a pioneering sustainability reporting tech company and advisory firm dedicated to helping organizations navigate the complexities of environmental, social, and governance compliance. So ESG, in other words. So again, if you want to learn more about the company, go ahead and check out their website. But what are the stock split details for this stock? Let's take a look at that here. So Diginex announces a 7-to-1 stock split paid as bonus shares. So again, for every share you own, if you hold through the stock split, you'll now have 7 shares. That means the share price, again, if it stays at around $58 after, or when the stock split happens, after the stock split, one share would be at around $8 a share. So Diginex Limited today announced that its board of directors approved a 7-for-1 forward stock split to be paid in the form of a share bonus. So each shareholder of the company of record at the close of business on September 5th will receive 7 bonus ordinary shares for every 1 ordinary share held on the record date. The company expects the bonus shares will be distributed on September 8th, 2025. The share bonus is intended to enhance liquidity in the market for the company's ordinary shares and make the ordinary shares more accessible to investors. So there you have the stock split for Diginex Limited. Again, a very volatile stock. Now let's move on to the last stock on today's list. So the last stock on the list here today is going to be ticker symbol NRIM, Northrim Bank. So this stock currently at $93 a share. This stock has a 52-week high of $100.21. In the last year, the stock is up 44%. In the last 5 years, the stock is up 263%. This is also a dividend stock. So let's quickly take a look at the dividend information for this company. So here we are looking at Northrim Bancorp on dividend.com. So again, we can take a look at the dividend here and the yield. And again, if we take a look down here, we can see the next amount, next pay date, and other information. So here's the dividend information for this stock. Now, what does this company do? Let's take a look at that here. So Northrim Bancorp is an Anchorage-based bank holding company. The company offers personal, business, and commercial banking products alongside mortgage leading services. So again, if you want to learn more about them, go ahead and check out their website. But what are the stock split details for this stock? Let's take a look at that here. So Northrim Bancorp announces 4-for-1 stock split to boost liquidity. So again, for every share you own, if you hold to the stock split, you'll have 4 times as many. And so again, one share right now is at around $93 a share. If it's that same price when the stock split happens, after the stock split, one share would be at around $23. So today announced its board of directors approved a 4-for-1 forward stock split of its common stock aimed at enhancing liquidity and making shares more accessible to retail investors. So they will distribute 3 additional shares of common stock for each share held by shareholders of record at the close of business on September 18. The additional shares are expected to be distributed after market close on September 22nd, with post-split trading beginning September 23rd, 2025. So there you guys have it, 4 stock splits coming up. Let me know if you think any of them are buys or if they are sells. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. Check out the Discord, link to that in the description below. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys next time.